Hello, everyone. I'm just testing while we're still waiting for everybody to join, whether everyone can hear me and whether you are also able to see the presentation. I know that we had some issues with Munich yesterday with the Google. And okay, so I can see some thumbs up. So just verifying that everything is working well while we're still waiting for a couple more people to join. I think we will give maybe 1 more minute to the latecomers, but otherwise then we will start 35 so that we also do not waste too much of your time, and that we also have ample time for all the questions and answers at the end of this session. For those who will be then not able to attend from the start, of course, the meeting is recorded, so they will be able to see what was discussed and see the presentation afterwards. So I think we are ready to start. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you have your coffee and you had a nice lunch, because I would like to welcome you to the Scalable Cities Cafe. Today we're going to be talking about the service of Scalable Cities peer-to-peer learning. I have two colleagues of mine here, Gazal and Tanya, who will be also introduced throughout the presentation. My name is Veronica Surna. I'm from 20 Communications, and we are managing the Scalable Cities contract together with the colleagues on the call and others. First, before we completely start, please note that this meeting is recorded, and that those of you who do not wish, please, you can turn off your camera, or you can keep it on. But the meeting is recorded and will be then published on YouTube after this session for everyone else also to see and access. You as participants and also all those who have registered will be able to access the presentation and more information about the session and about everything that is discussed in the session. You will receive it via email after the session. And you will also receive links to more information on everything that will be presented. Of course, if you have any questions, any clarifications, or if there's something that you do not understand that was discussed or that is being presented, do not hesitate. We have the chat function, and we also have a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the presentation, so that you are really able to share with us your thoughts, your questions, and any kind of clarifications that you may need. So maybe let's start. As I said, this session will be a bit more interactive. So I would like to first hear from you. Which city are you joining from today? And we're going to test both the chat function, and we're going to also test the hands up function. So can you tell us which city you are joining from today? And okay, so I'm gonna ask also those who have entered into the chat function. I can see that it's working very well. So we have Porto, we have Luxembourg, we have Bratislava, we have Dublin, we have Alkmaar, we have Lund, we have Munich. So it's very good.
From Italy, Andrea from Calzovara.
Perfect. That's great, and I'm very glad that also you took the opportunity to speak up. Please, those who have not either entered your city into the chat or who have not spoken up yet, do not hesitate to let us know where you're from. We will also show you a bit later that you are starting to be a part of a community that is large and spans many cities across Europe, and I'm very glad that I'm able to see such a large spread of European cities. So for those of you who don't know, we are from Scalable Cities. Scalable Cities is an initiative that was funded by the European Commission, and it was there to support the Smart Cities and Communities projects. Those are the projects that were there from the Horizon 2020. And they have first and foremost kind of co-created a bottom-up approach to collaborate together, because they saw that the cities and the technical experts and stakeholders within the cities needed this help. Then there is kind of a more official governance installed through the Scalable Cities, and dedicated services that can help these projects to really scale up the solutions that have been piloted through the Horizon 2020 and now Horizon Europe projects. All of those projects have a couple of things in common, apart from the fact that they are funded from the Horizon 2020 or Horizon Europe. They all have Lighthouse cities, and they have fellow cities. Lighthouse cities are always the ones that have piloted these solutions that were either technical for mobility, smart buildings, smart infrastructure, but also a bit more focused on citizen engagement, or focused on developing new business models, or improving the city governance in order to actually be able to implement all of these solutions. So the Lighthouse cities are the ones that have piloted it, and then there's always 3, 4, 5 fellow cities that replicate and scale up these solutions. And of course, this process, because it took place across 5, 6, and more years, has generated a lot of knowledge. This knowledge is captured within Scalable Cities, and also within these projects, and the experts that are from these projects, be it the city experts or the technical experts, have this knowledge, and they are also ready to share that. That's also what we are going to be discussing a bit later. As I said, the span of the Scalable Cities, it's a large community that is today already counting 20 smart cities and communities projects, and there's going to be more. And 124 cities across Europe. Some of them have been both first fellow cities and then lighthouse cities. Some of them have only started their journey a bit later, so they've either piloted or are following and multiplying any of the solutions. The span across Europe is on purpose so that really there's learning not only from the solution and from the technical implementation, but also from the geographical spread. And for example, cities can learn among each other and help each other with the knowledge on any kind of legal and policy elements that are within specific to a country or a region where they are in. We have said that this is a large community of projects that has started already in 2014, and you can see all of the projects that have or are still a part of this community, and the community is of course continuing and going further and beyond. 2023 is now in 2024 adding more and more projects, more cities to really expand and fulfill the goal of replication and scaling up of the solutions that have proven to be successful. Today, we are discussing some of the services of the Scalable Cities. Apart from what we are going to be discussing with my colleagues a bit later on the peer-to-peer learning, there's also other elements of the services that we provide, and that is the services of the experts and an action grant. We also organize events and joint workshops and webinars. There's a city coordinators group that you can join and participate in. And there's also roadshow on business models and implementation with financial experts involved. So I would invite you beyond today's session also to check out all the other sessions. We have organized cafes on some of them, and on some of them they are still in preparation. So just I would invite you to have a look at that and keep an eye on those services that are of interest to you. Today we're going to be talking about peer-to-peer learning. And herewith, I would like to give the word to my colleagues from the Austrian Institute of Technology, Ghazal Etminan and Tanya Kauf. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Yeah. Can you hear me very well? Okay, great. So my name is Ghazal Etminan, and I am thematic coordinator of sustainable digital communities in the Austrian Institute of Technology and technical manager in this Scalable Cities community, and responsible about services like peer-to-peer that today we will discuss about that. And maybe Tanya, you wanted to introduce also yourself?
Hello, good afternoon. I hope you can hear me very well. I'm junior research engineer at the AIT at the Digital Resilient Cities competence unit, and I'm working closely with Ghazal, managing this peer-to-peer learning, what we will present today. So looking forward.
Yes. In the next slide, I will tell you that what is actually peer-to-peer learning program or services that we have. It is kind of services that we are trying to support cities that they get together and accelerate certain information, lesson learned with each other. They find the kind of potential to work together and collaborate with the futures program together. And also they will be also kind of support of replication and scaling up of the solution that they have already done it regarding smart cities topic. There are three types of services that it is site visit, expert mission, and expert review. Currently, the expert mission and expert review is dismissed. So we are just focusing in this session about the site visit topic. that it is the activities that we are offering to different cities. In the next slide, what we do is that the expert review, I think we don't need to mention it. Yeah, the site visit. It's a kind of site visit is a way that you as a city can exchange the best practice and policy that you have it in your regarding the smart city solution to other cities. Yeah. And usually you will be one of the host city if you apply it, or you can be visiting other city to learn from the solution of them. Actually, up to the 10 visitor cities are able to travel to the host cities. We will make a kind of example after my explanation of this theory that how this is working. But the goal is that the cities that they are leading certain topic or certain solution, they share the knowledge with the different cities and they learn from each other. And for doing that, we have a kind of instrument which is regarding the money that you can refinance it, that the cities is able to travel to you and visit you, or the host city gets certain money to host such a kind of cities to come to the city of that. In the next slide, it's about talking about the site visit that Tanya will explain you more about that.
Yes, thank you, Casal. I will explain you more how the site visits are working. First, we need always a host city. So we need a host city to apply for hosting a site visit. And upon the approval, we will launch a call for visitor cities for the cities. And normally the site visits are organized around one shared challenge or topic that the host city want to focus on in the site visit. And what we also ask in the application form from the host city is to provide an initial agenda of the site visit. This can include, for instance, sharing sessions on sharing information with other cities on a concrete project that has been designed and implemented. And it can also include visits to local implementation sites and areas, also involving discussions with local politicians, administrators, and representatives about, for instance, smart city strategies. It can be also an opportunity to explore further partnerships and collaborations with the host city and other visitor cities. And important is that the host city will be in charge of all this preparation and also coordinating all necessary logistics of the site visit. Next slide, please. And for the visitor cities, it works like this. If the call is launched, the cities need to apply and submit an application form in which they need to justify their interest, why they are interested to join the site visit, what are the current challenges they are experiencing in their city, and what they are expecting from the site visits, what they want to learn or what they want to get back from this visit. So the cities will be then in charge of making their own bookings and arrangements, and such a site visit can last up to 3 days. And the question is, who can apply for it? As a host city, cities are only eligible when they are part of, when they are Lighthouse or Fellow City in ongoing or closed projects, SSC projects. And for visitor cities, also Lighthouse and Fellow Cities from ongoing and closed projects are eligible, but also cities outside the SSC community are eligible to participate as a visitor city. And especially those, what we are asking is that the cities outside the SSC community should have at least been participated in other European initiatives, or can be a part of the Covenant of Mayors, or are part of the Spanish network initiatives, etc. So what we will ask from the cities after the site visit is to provide us the invoice and a declaration of owner to make sure that there is no double funding and the travel expenses has not been covered by any other budget. And we will ask for a testimonial and a short feedback report, which is kind of a form where they fill in the challenges and the key learnings from the site visits, potential impacts of the visit, and also they can give feedback on the organization of the site visit as well. And for the reimbursement, Gasel has already mentioned that we have some budget for reimbursement for the travel expenses, but also for the contribution for the host city. For the host city, it's maximum 700 euros that can be used for material costs, for organizing buses, for coffee breaks, etc. And for the visitor cities, we are reimbursing the travel expenses. This includes travel expenses up to 500 per representative, and also accommodation support, 100 euros per night. It depends really on the days of the event. If the event takes place on 2 days, it might require an additional night. So we also consider this. And we also provide daily allowances for meals and public transportation, 92 euros per day. And this is per representative, and per city, the city can propose and suggest 2 representatives for the site visit. And what I think is not mentioned in the slides is that it's important that the application for visitor cities comes from a city or an organization which is closely linked to the city. But it's also possible if the city or the municipality is facing some challenges in language or others, they can send also representatives on their behalf to the site visit, but this needs to be indicated in the application form and also comes from the local authority. Next slide, please. So what is important is before you apply, you should read the terms of references in detail and then fill out the application form, and this needs then to be submitted via the EU survey application platform. And you can also find all calls up, like current calls and information, term of references at the Scalable Cities website, where all links are provided. So before we are going to the Q&A session, I take the chance to promote some upcoming calls or current calls. We have launched on Monday the call for visitor cities in Granada, which will take place on the 16th to the 17th in April in Granada, which is a collaboration with the SSC Project Positive. And for instance, during the site visits, the focus will be on sharing knowledge from the Lighthouse and Fellow Cities, especially on the solutions that have been implemented by Granada within the Positive project. And there will be also some discussions, interactive discussions on heritage sites, discussing business models and financing schemes. And on the last day, there's also a site visit to Alhambra planned. And the deadline will be on the 11th of March. So if you're interested, please have a look at the terms of reference and fill in the application form by the 11th of March. Next slide, please. And next week, there will be also a call launched for the site visit in Leipzig. It's will take place on the 18th of April. It's kind of a side event of the Leipzig Data Week, and it's in collaboration of the Sparks and Ascent project, where different project pitches will happen, and also they will showcase and discussing data-driven solutions for developing tools for planning and implementing of positive energy districts, for instance. And the deadline for this will be on the 18th of March. And there you can also have a look then next week on the terms of reference and submit your application if interested. So we have already many calls launched since 2023. The first one was in Valencia, and I can see also one of our visitor cities is participating in this call as well. And what you can see also here, some impressions from the site visit. For instance, from Brussels, it was for them very important to see the solutions implemented, and it was more impactful than reading and hearing about them. And the site visits can also offer an opportunity to get learning more from the case studies and also share the knowledge during discussions. And the second site visit was in Trondheim, and there the visitor cities had the chance to brainstorm some possible collaborations and also getting more insights on the solutions implemented in the Plus City Exchange project. And that's it. So we have also already launched 3 further calls that have been already closed. Like next week will be the site visit in Pamplona, and in 2 weeks the site visit in Munich. They have been already closed, but we are looking forward to receive more applications from you for the calls for the site visits in Granada and in Leipzig. So that's it from my side, and I'm happy to answer any questions. So I give over to Veronica.
If you have any questions or anything that Tanya has explained was maybe not clear, or you would like to have more information on what we have presented, please just use the button on the bottom with raising your hand and just unmuting yourself. And I see already there is Patricia that would like to ask a question. Please, Patricia, tell us where you're from and your question, please.
Hi to everyone. So my name is Patricia. I'm representing the city of Dublin, and I'm working in Codima, which is the Dublin's energy agency. So first of all, I would like to thank you all for organizing this cafe, and also Ghazal and Tanya. It was really intuitive the way that you presented. So I would like to ask you, Tanya, you already mentioned that that this call is mainly for municipalities, but as we are acting as energy advisors, for example, for the public authorities in Dublin, I would like to ask you if it's possible for non-profit public-related companies, for example, our energy agency, to travel or to apply for this kind of activities.
Thank you for the question. It would be possible if you are in contact with the local authority, and we need kind of a confirmation of them that you can be that they are selecting you as a representative of Dublin, and this will kind of work. We need to say that the final approval is with CINEA, and they are targeting mainly local authorities, organizations that are closely linked to the city and municipality. But in your case, it makes sense if Dublin is sending you as a representative, this would be eligible.
Okay, thank you. So we can discuss it further, I guess, if the situation is coming. Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
Do we have any other questions, or was there anything that you would like to clarify? Okay. It seems like everything was clear. Or Michael? Okay, please, Michael, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I was on a site visit in Valencia last year. It was great. So I would recommend it. Working with Lund, we discussed something that is in line with this, as we see peer-to-peer learning as, say, the best method to upgrade your own knowledge and understanding of best practice available. And just a question, would it be possible in the future to expand this to an exchange of staff? Because on a site visit, you meet for 2 days, you learn a lot, meet your peers, but if there could be an exchange of staff for a week working inside the team of another city, that would be even more learnings about the day-to-day struggles, successes, efforts of a team. So just a wish from our side that something like that could come out in the future.
Sure. Thank you, Michael, to bring it up. We will bring it up also to CNEL, but we had also similar thing like a mission activity that we were foreseeing that certain expert from one city to go into other city, giving certain feedback for the certain document. Unfortunately, we didn't receive a lot of, response from cities. That's why we have closed it. But we bring your message also to CNEL that they foresee such a kind of activities. Thank you for your feedback.
Thank you.
I don't know if there's any further questions or any clarifications.
Then can I put another question?
Okay. Yeah.
A short one. City of Lund is not a lighthouse city and has not been. Still, we would be interested to be a host city, but it seems not eligible at the moment. Would there be any room for discussions about that?
Certainly. We could send it to officer. If you send a request, we can send it, and I think they are pretty open on that. And my question actually was from participant if they see themselves as one of the city that they wanted to be host cities and organize certain kind of events as a host city, or they see that they're interested in our future activities regarding visiting other activities, please feel free to reach out to us that we can communicate this to you. Yeah.
What I maybe can mention additionally for host cities, or how it has been organized so far, is that it was always linked to a conference or to an existing planned event, because then you can also provide more activities and expand the participants. But it can be also in a small framework, like a workshop, a one-day workshop, or one-day discussion among specific cities. It's up to the host to define that, and we can also shape the terms of reference according to that.
So I'm going to ask if there's any further questions or clarifications, or if anything still needs to be more detailed. If not, I'm going to thank you all for the attention and for attending the Scalable Cities Cafe. Please do not forget to apply for the 6th call for visitor cities in Granada, and the 7th that will be open next week to Leipzig. And of course, if you are interested in hosting, please do get in touch with my colleagues Gazal and Tanya. I'm going to thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you soon in any of our events, any of the cities, or at the next Scalable Cities Cafe. Have a nice afternoon. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.